Patriots fans, we got 3 things to talk about on this show. Stefon Diggs, should you be concerned? Because I saw an article saying, hey, this is outrageous about Stefon Diggs. Got some injury news, good news on Christian Gonzalez, bad news on the offensive line. And then Robert Kraft came out today that he's selling a portion of the New England Patriots, and I got a take for you. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper. And before we get into Stefon Diggs, we got 30,217 subs. And I did the quick maths to 31,783. So subscribe to the channel. You ask, oh, well, Brett, what do you get? Well, you get daily free Patriots videos. We go live twice a week. So if you want up-to-date NFL Patriots coverage, hit that sub button right now. So let's get into it. Should we be concerned about Stefon Diggs and the production that he has brought through the first 3 weeks of the season? We know we weren't expecting to get prime Stefon Diggs coming off an ACL tear and then also just being a little bit older. He's past 30. But so far, Diggs has been relatively quiet throughout the first 3 games. The first game, they were getting him involved with like 6 targets, 6 catches. But since then, he really hasn't gotten the ball and he hasn't been on the field. His name hasn't been heard that much. This is his stats between the first 3 games of the season. And you're probably thinking, Brett, this is not great. Well, look at Pop Douglas's stats. 15 targets, 13 receptions, 112 yards, and the average is not bad, 8.6 average. But I look at these statistics, and they look not great. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he has been bad throughout the 2025 NFL season. This does not mean that he is completely washed and completely tanked. And I went down and looked at the advanced analytics between Stefon Diggs and this season. And with the next-gen stats, his catch percentage is some of the best in the NFL, 86.67%. Second, I forget who the first one. I think it was Romeo Doubs, but that's neither here nor there. Stefon Diggs is still catching the ball at a great rate. He's not dropping any passes. Every pass that Drake May has thrown the ball to him, it's right in his hands. He's catching the ball, and he's getting open. That's the most important thing. And we also just have to remember, he's coming off an ACL tear, ladies and gentlemen. He tore it less than 12 months ago. It was October of 2024, and we didn't even expect him to be on the Patriots team within the first 4 weeks of the season. We were talking about, hey, maybe he's going to go on PUP list. Maybe he's not going to be ready for the start of the year, miss a couple weeks. He was ready week 1 of the NFL season, and people are complaining, like, what the hell are we doing? It's going to take him some time. So everybody just needs to calm down. He's still been great. He still has great hands, and the Patriots are easing his way in. But not only is he being just a good football player, he's being a good person, a good teammate. This is him talking to, I think it was Doug Codd, on just his role with New England. And he says, I look at it as a veteran guy and one of the leaders on this team. I feel like holding myself accountable is number 1. As you hold yourself accountable, players around you, they can follow suit. If one of your best players is on offense, is running out there and throwing blocks, I think everyone will follow suit. It's kind of a chain reaction. I just want to give maximum effort. Sometimes it won't show up on the stat sheet. I won't always get the catch. I won't always do this. But as long as I'm doing my job and being a good teammate, bleep, I'll be all right. And also, like I talked about, hey, he hasn't played much throughout this season. Hey, he's only caught 13 passes. Well, he hasn't been on the field that much. Through 205 snaps that the Patriots have had on offense, Stefon Diggs has only had 99, which is 48.3%. And you're probably thinking, well, why isn't he on the field? Well, because they don't want to throw him out there and risk re-injury. Because if you throw him out there right now and gets injured, well, then we get to week 11, week 12, week 13, down the line when the Patriots might be fighting for a playoff spot. If he's hurt, well, you can count those out. His role will increase throughout the season. His role will increase with getting more chemistry with Drake May, getting more familiar with the Josh McDaniels offense, and just getting healthier. I mean, hell, people have had questions about it. They asked Mike Vrabel during his press conference yesterday. They said, well, related to his limited snaps, are they going to change, and is it related to his injury? And he said, and Mike Vrabel said, it's all going to change. And they said, it's going to be different. So obviously you think he's going to be back. But he also mentioned, he says he can't see any wide receiver getting 90% of the snaps. So everybody can just take a deep breath and just relax. It's going to be okay. When we get to week 6, week 7, I guarantee you he's not going to have 45% of the snaps on the field, especially on third down or fourth down when it's 4th and 1, and you can target Stefon Diggs instead of Pop Douglas. If it does get to week 10, and we're still seeing Stefon Diggs not be productive on the field and not be on the field, that's when you hit the light switch and you start to get concerned. But 3 weeks in, when we weren't even expecting him to play at this point, give me a break here. Come on. Everybody calm down. Calm the hell down. So I'll ask you, because I'm not concerned in the slightest. I am concerned about the turnover problem that the Patriots had, because that loss is still disgusting to me. But we got a game on Sunday. Are you concerned about Stefon Diggs? Give me a C for concerned or R for relax. Coming up, we got some Patriots injury news. Good news on Christian Gonzalez. Bad news on the offensive line and Jared Wilson. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. PrizePicks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on PrizePicks. Here's my lineup for this week's games, and I got a max discount with Jalen Hurts. Give me the more on his half a passing yard. And then Drake May, the more on 230.5 passing yards. Give me the more on that one. And Hunter Henry, 38.5, the more on that also. You can make a lineup just like that one when you download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. All right, so the Patriots had their second practice of the week ahead of the game against the Carolina Panthers. Jordan Schultz also reported that Christian Gonzalez is most likely going to play, but we also kind of knew that already. So here's Mark Daniels giving you guys the injury report for September 25th at 3:26, which is today. And Jared Wilson did not participate. Limited participation. K'Lavon Chaisson, he did not practice yesterday. Practiced today. Christian Gonzalez was limited once again. Anthony Jennings and Marte Mapu were limited, but a full participation from Christian Barmore, from Carlton Davis, Hunter Henry, and Matt Collins. The one main thing is like Jared Wilson not practicing. That's a little bit of a concern, and we saw that he got rolled up on Sunday versus Pittsburgh. Did finish the game, but he was limping a little bit, and that's a problem because if not, now you're going to you're going to Ben Brown. And yeah, you can see the offensive line depth chart here. Jared Wilson is already a rookie. You have Will Campbell as your rookie. Garrett Bradbury's still playing great. Mike Owenu has a low-key great season so far. We should probably talk about him on an upcoming video. And then Morgan Moses at right tackle, who's been okay, just a veteran at this. But Ben Brown would get the start at right guard, and Ben Brown is kind of like flip-flopped. He was playing a lot of center during the preseason, also got his couple reps at right guard, couple reps at left guard, but he is not Jared Wilson. He's a veteran in the NFL, and there's a reason why the rookie jumped ahead of him. And you can see right here, the pass blocking grade is not good. 47.3, 52.8 overall, and the run blocking grade is 60. Allowed 4 sacks last year and 5 penalties. Oh, just hope that the Panthers don't get to him, or I hope Jared Wilson at least suits up. I did see that K'Lavon Chaisson did not practice on Wednesday. Did practice today, so I'm expecting him to play as a limited participant at he's practiced. But if not, then Keon White gets his chance to prove himself on this team, and we know that he's fallen back. He's still gotten a bunch of reps, but now you would get the full reps at the edge position. So this is his one chance if he got to play that, hey, this is your shot. Maybe you can prove that to get some more reps on this team. The Patriots still haven't decided to put him inside or outside, but with Milton Williams and Christian Barmore, you kind of have to fit your spot on the outside. And then as we end today's show, kind of came out today by Sports Business Journal that 6th Street, which also has an investment in the Boston Celtics, they're acquiring 3% of the New England Patriots. This is part of Kraft's plan to divest 8% of the franchise, now valued at $9 billion. So he's selling a little bit of the team. But my first thought Yeah, that's cool and all. Like, all right, you're selling a little bit now that the Patriot or the NFL has private equity rules where you can sell to them. But you could have sold to Tom Brady. Tom Brady was looking to own a team. He was looking to get a partial ownership in the team. And because you weren't selling it at first, Robert Kraft, he said, all right, well, I'm going to go to a team that does. To the Raiders. He could have been with the Pats. Instead of the Raiders, he could have come back, been a minority owner, and instead of seeing him in that ugly silver and black, you could see him back in Patriots gear and back a part of this team. That was my first thought. Because what the hell, Robert Kraft? If you were going to sell it, and you probably knew this whole entire time, why the hell did you not at least try to attempt to sell to Tom Brady? Big mistake by Kraft. Gigantic mistake by Kraft. And I'm disappointed because I hate seeing every single week Tom Brady in the booth with the Raiders, Tom Brady putting on the Raiders gear. It's disgusting. And it's all Kraft's fault, but that's neither here nor there. Do you miss Tom Brady? Think about the good old days back when he used to be fun. It's still fun. Still love this team, but obviously it's not the winning ways that it used to be. Do you miss Tom Brady? Type your Y for yes or type your N's for no down in the comments. We will be live on Sunday for Patriots Panthers. I think the Pats are going to get the dub, so make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, let's go Pats.